Sagittarius, welcome to Illuminated Tarot. My name is Jenna. Today I'm here to do a reading for you for mid-July. We're going to take a look at your recent past, your current energies, and what you may not see coming. I hope you all enjoy the full moon. It's coming in the next few days. 2 days to be exact from the date I'm reading. I hope you're enjoying your week so far. All right. Thank you, Spirit, for presiding over this reading for Sagittarius. Let's get a few oracle messages, some of the energies, the frequencies that you will be encountering as you go about the rest of July. Hope anyone who is going through any time of sadness or loss, I send you a lot of healing love. All right, we have comfort. Well, that came out for Aries. So doing things that bring comfort to you. We have let it go. Yeah, I was picking up on this energy of something that saddened you. Not sure what it's about yet, but I got this kind of like this heavy-hearted feeling right when I started to pull the cards. So we have comfort. How can you bring more comfort into your life, Sag? You can increase your comfort through tangible things such as soft clothes and food, and intangible things such as thinking loving thoughts about yourself and inviting peace into your heart. I think this is a mandate for the collective for mid-July. As some of the heavy hardness had to do with just world events, current events, and it's good to nurture ourselves. A lot of us tuning in aren't going through the kind of chaos that war and natural disasters may bring. Some of you are, and if you are, my heart goes out to you even more. We all have to move through these states of loss and grief. But when we're particularly hit hard with something, it's hard to move through the day, each day. And so make sure you're doing things that nurture you. All right. We also have let it go. You're becoming asked to let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you, and you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free. All right. So there is a letting go and a making peace with something that has happened to you. And it's hurting you the more you hold on to it. And now we have the third frequency of keep going. It may feel as though you've been on this path or journey for so long, and you may even wonder if you're making any progress toward your dreams. This message is a loving reminder for you to keep going. You're almost there. All right, yeah. I see that there's a lot of emotional resilience going on in the second half of July, Sag. I felt definitely this heaviness. It could just be for the state of the world, and it bothers you. You lose sleep at night over, what you witness. I would suggest if that's the case, if it's something external to you and not something personal, then try to pull away from social media for a little while to quiet the noise. It's July is a month of remembering peace and grounding the energies. It is a month where we're called to awaken more deeply on our spiritual paths and to ignite our lights to such a depth, to the degree to which we may not understand why things happen the way they do, whether it's personal or in the world at large. But we recognize there's a greater plan, and we accept everything that we experience with an open heart and with sending love and compassion and empathy out to others and to ourselves. So I feel like you're moving through all these themes in the second half of July. You're definitely letting go of some old stuff. All right. Let's now move into, or maybe even, old pain. Old pain. So you can become lighter. Yeah. So you can become lighter on the path. All right. Now let's go into the overall general energy the rest of the month. Aww. This is letting love in. I will have to say this, I've been through a lot in my life, and, when good things happen, you can hardly believe it, and I find that sometimes we can numb from our deeper feeling states. It doesn't mean that you're not happy and joyful or let love in, but it's almost like, oh, why is there a wall here when you don't even want it to be? So just understand that, like, when it comes to shared love, Two of Cups, this is shared love. This is allowing love in, Sag. And it's hard. It's hard to trust. It's hard to let go. It's hard to be vulnerable. It's hard to receive. Some of you have a hard time receiving love. You're creating barriers, shields between your heart and other people. This could be you, cross-watcher, watching this. It could be, you with Sagittarius, heavy Sagittarius placement, sun, moon, rising. Or some of you are watching and it's your Venus. It might be your love pattern. I'm getting this, letting go of past pain brought on by other romantic loves for some of you. All right, let's keep going. But Two of Cups is a beautiful energy for the rest of the month for you. So let love in. Let love in ways that you never have before, Sag. All right? And sometimes we run away from feeling because of our past conditioning. I'm getting that there's a new bond that means so much to you. It could be a child. It could be a new friend coming in. It could be a new lover coming in, but it's real, it's deep. It feels like past life soulmate energy. We have the King of Wands, the Hangman, and the Two of Pentacles in the recent past. This is you trying to be patient. Trying to be patient with making an important decision about what you want. I think that you had somebody come into your life here in the recent past, and you may have waited so long for this person that you just said, you know what, I'm getting this closing of one door, but opening up of an unexpected new one. Two of Pentacles is juggling two different perspectives. It's also the card of juggling a lot and needing a timeout. So you can experience a little bit more of your own inner vitality, paying attention to your creative fire. That's the King of Wands. It's taking leadership, compassionate leadership of your life, and being willing to surrender your perspective. Something has definitely ignited your, two perspectives. You could be looking at somebody differently in the second half of July, looking at your past differently, a situation differently. Current energies. Ooh, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Swords. Wow. We've got two fours, four swords and the Four of Pentacles over the Ten of Pentacles. This is great energy. You're really shifting in it's the abundance and the prosperity that comes in from hanging on to your healing journey and not giving up on that. Because when we heal, we allow higher octaves of love in. And I think that when we get bruised and battered, we have a tendency to shut off from people. I'm getting this like disconnected feeling, and you really working on this because sometimes we have to armor up, right, to survive difficult circumstances. And I feel like you're letting your walls down. You're letting your guard down. And I think that you're being directed to by Spirit. Judgment. Ace of Wands. Three of Pentacles in the near future. And then Knight of Cups. Yes, you are letting your guard down. Wow. Sag, and you're coming into balance. You see the truth of moving past some really difficult challenges. So you've had some toxicity you've had to contend with, maybe even difficult attachments. Okay. I'm just looking a little deeper than the surface here, but in what you don't see coming, you have the Knight of Cups, Temperance, and the Ace of Swords. I think you see the truth about a peace offering. It's almost like a peace offering. When a peace offering comes from the universe, take it. There's a reprieve here for you after a very difficult, long, prolonged time of imbalance and instability. We're talking the instability that gets uncomfortable, right? The friction of life. The draining out of your fire energy, Sag, King of Wands. And you're saying, you know what, I need to focus on family matters and I need to heal. Some of this is family healing because of the Ten of Pentacles. Some of this is healing around feeling withdrawn from life. You have a beautiful rebirth going on in the near future and a new desire. And I think you've got something you're rebuilding in your, it's like you're healing your fire element after being depleted for a long time by others. And I see that you've got love coming in and it's clear. It's not muddled. It's not confusing. It's clear. It's love. Are you going to let it in, Sag? Don't give up. I'm getting a really, like, I want to be gentle with you because you need to be more gentle with yourself. Let's get a frequency. Let's get a light code coming in for Sag. Passion. Your solar plexus. Yeah. Whew. This is reigniting your fire. This is, and this card is really standing at the center of the hurricane. And strength of will, right? I'm not going to let anything take me down. Least of all myself. Ooh, I'm getting a real soft reckoning with some of your patterns around love and your tendency, even when you actually think you're open, you might not be as open as you're not allowing yourself to feel the joy of it, the experience of it, because you may fear. I feel like there's this like subtlety of fear that you even hide from yourself because, maybe you've gotten burned by passion. Let's read these. We have the energy of 34 going into 7 and 3, leading to a 1. There's a new beginning in your passionate pursuits and what lights you up. Your solar plexus is your sense of will. The frequency of passion reminds us that beneath every intense emotion lies the hidden gem of insight, balance, and calm. It assists us in finding the balance within this intensity, moving us from chaos to the calm of its core. Yeah. You've been moving from the intensity of instability, moving more into calm. And it takes a while for your nervous system to catch up. That's what it is. Hypervigilance, Sag. And now your nervous system is calling you to find more peaceful waters. So we're moving from chaos to the calm of its core, Sag, where we can let its long-lasting wisdom fill us up. Yeah. And then solar plexus, the frequency of the solar plexus chakra. This is a chakra you could be working on. The first, feeling stability and rooted, groundedness in your life from day to day in your home environment. I'm getting in your home environment, in your family life. And strengthening your third chakra, which is the yellow flower of life. It supports our sense of self, our personal power, and our willpower, as well as our knowing of who we are and what our contribution is to the whole. So I think you're reframing who you are. And I think a lot of you had to be hypervigilant when it comes to your soul bonds. And you've been healing things. It's like when you've been healing for so long, you're now going to arrive in this newer, whole healed state where it feels like you're moving towards an era of peace in your life, Sag. And it might feel really foreign to you. You're like, what? I'm not used to this at all. Wow. This is interesting. I want to clarify the Two of Cups. This is the wow. Talk about, you have gone through a lot. Ten of Swords, Page of Cups. A lot. Sag. I feel like you have someone who's very open-hearted and innocent, either newly in your life or it could be a little younger than you. Let's see. With the Page of Cups, it's a new love offer. Feels like this is going to be a deep love reading, so that's where you're at in July, Sag. Ooh, yeah, moving into calmer waters. 6 of Swords. Going through a transition in a soul bond. That one. Yeah, stabilizing. 2 of Pentacles. Page of Wands. Oh, I feel like you're timid. You're timid. It's okay. I don't know why. I feel like I just want to sit beside you and it's like you're scared. I'm getting a fear. You know, you're scared. You're scared to believe in love again. You're scared to let it in. And I get it. 2 of Pentacles. So you're like, oh, some days you're up in your head about it. Some days you're all feeling passionate and lit about it. But it's a roller coaster sometimes, being vulnerable, isn't it? If it's not about romantic love, it's just, you know, allowing yourself to receive love from other people and recognizing that sometimes we need to put an armor around our hearts in order to heal, right? And we go inward and we're solitary and hibernating, but then there are times of our lives where it's time to really connect, deeply connect. And you're headed straight for that. And I think you're curious. You're too curious not to explore it. Or rediscover it, if this is someone you've been dealing with. Yeah, so I think you've had a lot of pressure and stress around emotional reciprocity. Clarifying the King of Wands, the Hangman, and the 2 of Pentacles. Because when you get to the majors around a frequency, it's been around for a bit. Or it's been a repeating pattern and you're kind of sick of it. It's like, I'm sick of the instability. I'm sick of being up and down. You know, there's a little bit of stress here. And I would say nervousness. There's a fear factor in your recent past around opening up to others and feeling like they're going to be generous with you. And the courage it takes to open. Ooh, right? The courage it takes to really let go of the things that stand in the way, which is our past memories, our past trauma, the things that make us shield and armor up. So you're showing me that I had reason to believe it was important to safeguard my energy and to protect my heart. But I don't want to do that anymore, you know? And that's what you're healing. I think this is around you believing in something that could be stable long-term because you've had a lot of instability, either in an existing connection or in a new connection. But it's allowed you to see things from not only your side, but their side too. There's a lot of strength here, a lot of willpower to keep moving on, right? To keep going here. I just want to tell you that you deserve love. You deserve love, Sag. All right, let's keep going. I see you heading straight for it. 9 of Cups. Emperor. 9 of Wands. Yeah. There might be this tendency, whether you're male or female, to take a hyper-masculinity around trying to be in control. You know, because, you know, when some of you, whether you're male or female, you feel like you're either dealing with a wounded divine masculine or you're dealing with a part of you that had to be hyper-vigilant, had to be hyper-masculine, you know, because you're head of household, you're the provider, you got to do it all. And I feel like you're healing this wound right now. Currently, like, okay, can you receive here a little bit, Sag? Like, there's someone coming in and they're like, let me love you, Sag, let me help you. Might even not even be romantic love here. Some of you are like, can you accept help? You don't have to do everything on your own. It's almost like your masculine sides warn you out. I'll do it everything myself. And being stubborn about it too. Being stubborn about it. And famous words of Marianne Williamson, she used to tell people in her weekly sessions. I used to tune in. This was quite a long time ago. She's not doing that anymore, but is it working? How's it working for you? How's it working for you? Like, it's not working for me, right? Damn it. Yeah. This is when we try to hold on too tightly. And I think what you've been learning is you don't have to be the one that does everything, that overgives, that over efforts but then you don't know how to back off from that stance. And it's almost like I'm getting like it's a self-defense mechanism. This is a deep, deep pattern for you that you're realizing that you're overcoming. Now, if this is a wounded masculine around you, they're dealing with pride. They're dealing with pride. They're in a position of authority. They're wounded, though. They could be going, if you are with a divine masculine, they could be going through some health challenges. This is the wounded warrior, the wounded masculine. And having it be their way, I'm getting like this stubbornness and almost like a battle of wills. You could have had difficult conversations. This is speaking up and working on the healing aspects of connection, a deep connection at that. This is an interesting energy that you are surrounded by here. I am getting that you admire them. You look up to them. You think highly of them, but you see their wounds. It's like, well, are you going to zip it? Because it's almost like, when people are mirrors and you see wounds in them that they can't see. It's like their blind spot. We need people in our lives that can see our blind spots. This is fascinating because I see it as it relates to self, in being hyper masculine in the world. It doesn't mean you look masculine, people. This is when you feel like you got to do everything on your own, right? You could be married and doing everything on your own, or you could be, in deep connection living with someone. You still feel like you're doing the lion's share of the load of the heavy workload. Getting so much off that, but I am getting a divine masculine energy around you that you see straight through. I think it bothers him a little bit. Okay, let's keep going. They're working on their healing, and maybe in ways that require a lot of patience from you. Let's go into the Judgment, the Ace of Wands. Now, some of you are calling in a new connection here, and you're doing a lot of healing work around your masculinity. And the way you show up in the armoring, okay? And not allowing yourself to receive when it comes knocking because you're holding back. Oh, we have this 10 of Pentacles. Oh, I grabbed this in reverse, my bad. How did I do? Oh, I just went to the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles. Woo! You're looking at grounded love here. Grounding in a higher frequency of love. Yeah, you are letting go of past pain. Gosh, it's almost like you're there's so much mirroring going on. I don't know if it's you or this person or both of you, but this is deeply healing. This is a deeply healing rebirth for you, where you're opening up to a new beginning here, and you are working with someone who's really wanting to collaborate with you, compromise with you, be with you. We have 2 threes here, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. We have the Fool, the 8 of Wands, and the 3 of Swords. Over the Judgment, the Ace of Wands, and the 3 of Pentacles. This is the near future. This is when you open up and you're like, ooh, I got some old crap in there. I need, the Spirit's saying, you need to look at this. Look at these old wounds. It could be old wounds between you and somebody you've been with for a long time. Cleaning them up. This could be you in the final vestiges of heartbreak and healing from heartbreak, and turning a corner and saying, I'm ready. I'm ready to step out. I'm ready to open up to this person coming in. You're moving straight towards a new soulmate bond for a lot of you. And you're getting over something from the past. Now, if you are in, I feel like I'm reading for a group that you're in connection and trying to heal, and it's someone you've been with for a while. Others of you, this is you getting ready and prepared for a higher level commitment, long-term commitment here, long-term happiness, 9 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and the healing that must be done, right? That maybe sometimes we avoid. You're going in either case, as a couple or as an individual. And your Spirit's leading you straight for that. Clean it up. Let it go. What I said here, let it go. Let go of whatever pain and resentment you've been holding on to. It's hurting you. And you can't fully be present in your life if you're holding on to this negativity. Release it and be free, Sag. So you're releasing something and you're taking great comfort in the things that nurture you. This is a powerful rebirth here. I think you are definitely being inspired to heal, deeply heal some of the armoring. So you can actually believe again. And, almost like the Fool, right? Like, take the leap, right? This is almost when we're scared to drop that final layer of protection. Because we can let love in, but are you allowing yourself to really feel it? All right, let's go into this Knight of Cups, Temperance. Yeah. Some of you have been waiting a long time to be in partnership. I love it. Gosh, there's so much of a rebuilding and a lot of personal growth going on. We have another Three of Pentacles. Eight of Cups. Yeah. Page of Swords. Yeah, you're learning so much. This is too a lot of communication coming in, a sense of justice, a sense of fairness being restored, coming out of emotional confusion and illusion and distortion, Seven of Cups, waiting for your ships to come in, Three of Wands, doing the work on yourself, Eight of Pentacles, to come out of blocked energy so you can heal, Two of Swords, Four of Swords, coming back into balance into your own frequency, Sag, coming out of the mental traps of the mind and moving on in your sense of will, Eight of Swords, the Chariot, Knight of Wands. So you can have a fiery, passionate new beginning and stand strong on your own and overcome these challenges and obstacles. A lot of you, this is around your masculine energy or around having to be everything to everyone. But ultimately what you don't see coming here is a love offer and a blending of your intuition and your 3D reality here. It's like the truth is clear. The truth of a new beginning, of a rebuilding of a new foundation in your life, whether it's in an existing connection, rebuilding your life, rebuilding your path with another, and letting go of the old emotional baggage and releasing it. So for those of you who are in partnership, I see there's deep, deep healing work going on in the divine masculine in this case, whether it's you or this person. Those of you who, so you can come back together again and compromise and learn from the past. Now, if you're on your own, you're learning from your past and you're letting go of the pain. Some of you have your back turned to a situation that needs to be healed, that needs to be at least. This could be actually a lot of you. This is more so somebody around you who you walked away from that you might hear from this month, the second half of the month. Somebody who's been doing a lot of work on their own path, recognizing their wounds, their trauma, and saying, you know what, I want a new beginning with you, Sag. Some of you, this is somebody coming back around. I don't see the Six of Cups here, but I see a divine masculine who's kind of actually gone deeper into their healing work, and I think it might take you by surprise. I'm seeing it because of the Page of Swords, Ace of Swords. It's like someone's coming in to communicate a truth to you. Someone that you could have been walking away from at least for the past couple months. And at least a healing moment so you can have closure. All right. It doesn't always need to be the person returning, but I feel like they have some things to say that they haven't said, that they want to say. So that could be true for some of you. This person could have Sagittarius placements as well. I'm seeing water and air energy here. Actually, this is balanced energy. This person's coming in actually having learned from their, I don't know if it's mistakes or just they have a different perspective on the past. I think you're going to allow the communication to come in because Eight of Wands can be communication. And an opening. I see an opening and a resolution, and at least a healing moment between you and another in the second half of July. Sag, it's very clear. I don't always bring up something that I see so clearly, but ultimately, I feel like you're walking away from the past and you're coming into an alignment with a new love energy. All right. You know, it's like the thing that I think you're telling me ultimately here, and what you don't see coming is, if it's not clear, if the person isn't being clear with their intentions, if they're not being truthful about their heart, right? Transparent, open, radical honesty, you know, it's too late, right? If you don't, you know, it's almost like too little, too late kind of energy. Someone might make one last ditch attempt effort, but only if they're true and authentic. Some of you may give this person a chance. All right? And some of you might say no. This is really one of those, you know, flip a quarter. But ultimately, I see someone wanting to go out with you, date you, build a new relationship with you. And I think for those of you really opening up to a new connection, this isn't about anybody coming back. You are trying to stay as open and honest with yourself and vulnerable every step of the way, even though you're scared. And so is this person. It's almost like two people who are like, I've been through a lot, you know, and I've really worked on my healing, and I really want to believe in love again. And can we build this together? And I want to do life with you, right? I want to do this with you. I like this, though. I mean, this is about a soul bond, ultimately, and what you've been wanting to experience in a soul bond, and how love can be deeply healing, right? Real love can be deeply healing. Doesn't mean you don't go without your trials and tribulations, right? And your hurts and your upset feelings, but you're a deep mirror to each other. And I think that whoever this divine masculine is around you, I feel like you're going to open up to them. They have some, they want to open up to you. Let's get a frequency. Butterfly spirit. Yeah. Some of you are transforming a connection here. And you're really healing it. And you're going through a powerful rebirth. Wow. Let's see. Transformation is beautiful. Yeah. Transformation is beautiful, isn't it? Let's read this. Gosh, I'm getting such a solemn, like, I'm getting like a que sera 11. Very high frequency here, Sag, that you're stepping into the rest of the month. Of like understanding why everything happened the way it did. I feel like you're forgiving the past. Joy and the beautiful lightness of being alive and creative in the world is the focus. When butterfly spirit flutters before you, transformation is inevitable as you grow into your most beautiful, empowered self. Indeed, you will go through some uncomfortable stages as you let go of the forms of your life that no longer fit the new you. Even relationships must go through shifts to match your new emerging self. If you focus on the beauty and not the challenge, stop taking yourself too seriously and choose to be playful, loving, and joyous, you will soon know the miracle your soul wants to experience through you. Today is a day for joy, so a light. Look around and see the beauty that is everywhere and in everyone, including you. Yeah, here's the thing too, like if you've had a difficult time letting new love in and you're scared and you might want to take control sometimes because of some wounding, I feel like you're transforming this part of you that operates out of fear because you've been hurt, where you might wall up even from yourself. There's a lot of letting go in July and a learning on the path. And I feel like there is a heavy amount of communication with somebody coming in who's offering you their heart, and you're blending these two energies. And I think you're trying to be patient so you don't get stage fright, right? Or, you don't, I'm getting like a runaway bride kind of vibe. Like, you're such a beautiful soul and you want love, but, people have mishandled the goods, right? They've not honored you. In fact, I feel you've had a fair share of people disrespecting you, Sag. And you can carry that as a badge of honor, or you can transmute that and metabolize that and say, you know what, I've learned how to respect myself. Thank you. And you're letting a new energy in, and it feels right. It feels clear. It feels balanced. And it feels like, you know, it's like you're getting this, well, you know, might as well give it a go. Anything is possible, right? I don't have to keep repeating the past. Let's get some advice here. Let's get some advice. Keep going. Keep going. And let it go. Let it go, okay? Powerful rebirth in your life. Coming out of a wounded state. Letting go of old emotional baggage. Communicating a new truth to the universe about what you believe love to be. Knight of Swords. Wow. Let's see. Two of Pentacles. Interesting. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, this is definitely taking a light approach. You could feel like you've had to be on guard lately. This is when we have our swords drawn and we're like going to war. You know, I'm getting that Love is a Battlefield song in my head from Pat Benatar. Love is not a battlefield, only if you want it to be. I think you're dropping your arms. You know, you're saying, you know what, love is not a battle. And I think you're making a big decision in the month of July to press on and to really start investing in something that's stable for you. And telling yourself a new story about what passion and love means to you. And really opening up. Even showing someone the sides of you that carry shame, that carry wounds, that hurts, right? So I think the biggest thing I want to say to you is to be gentle with yourself this month and let love in all its various forms. You're stabilizing. You're stabilizing after having to almost fight your way through a cycle. All right? So you could actually change and transform and heal. Transformation is beautiful. Now it's time to fly like a butterfly, was it? You don't need to sting like a bee anymore. Or be stung. Actually, I'm getting more you've been stung. Been stung like the bee. So keep going. Don't give up, all right, Sag? I'm getting like just, gosh, I just want to wrap my arms around all of you watching because I just feel your pain and I feel your sadness over the actions of others or inactions of others and almost in bewilderment over why people do the things they do. It's called wounds. You know, hurt people, but healed people, heal people. So you're on a different timeline now, all right? All right? Okay. Namaste, y'all. Sending you lots of love and big hugs for the rest of July.